Okay, everyone. Hope everyone is having an absolutely lovely, lovely, wonderful day. So first thing we're going to do we're going to start off with a word from our sponsor, and today's sponsor is Rumble Wallet. Quick question. How much control do you actually have over your own money? Guys, technology changed everything, and now it's changing the way money works. Guys, crypto started as a niche. Now becoming mainstream, faster payments, more control, fewer middlemen. Guys, this isn't hype. This is just where things are going. Getting started today is easier than ever. That's where you comes in with Rumble Wallet. Guys, with Rumble Wallet, you can buy Bitcoin, hold dollar-backed stable coins, even hold digital gold backed by real gold. Guys, all in one place. Setup simple. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your debit card, credit card, or bank account. Be up and running in a matter of minutes. Guys, you can start with $10, $50, $100. Not about the amount, about getting it early and understanding what's coming next. And guys, once you set up, you can even tip your favorite Rumble creators like me directly with it. Guys, so do this now. Scan that QR code right over there on the side of the screen, or click the link in the description below. Download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy. Guys, and you are in the game. Take control of your money. Get started with Rumble Wallet today. Commercial over. Okay, thanks, party people. What we're going to do today is we are going to talk about installing bees. I mentioned I was going to talk about this a couple days ago, and I've been wanting to get this up. Finally, I've made a little bit of time to do all this up. Let me get chat open up. So if you guys have questions while I'm doing this, we will stop and pause and all that other kind of stuff. But we are going to talk a little bit about installing bees and how I install bees, what I like to do when I install bees. And I'll show you, we're going to go through my step-by-step technique that I'm going to use, that I used actually, because we're going to watch me install bees, because I installed them. I just want to check the audio real fast. That should be good. I'm going to double check myself one more time just to make sure I can hear my pretty voice echo through everything. Awesome. Great. Okay, so all of my friends over there in TV land, wherever you guys are, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're gonna give you a little. Let me give you a little sneak preview of another one of my complete and utter screw up. So, really like this video. did a wonderful job. Actually pretty well. Obviously, I screwed something up with the audio because there's absolutely no sound. So I'm going to have to narrate this. I'm going to have to narrate myself getting into my bees. Now, luckily, I've done this many times, and so I know what I'm narrating, and I know what I'm trying to tell you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into starting this video. And we're going to pause it, stop it, all that kind of stuff as we go through, because there's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. So, first and foremost, there's me, my beautiful face, and me obviously not realizing that my mic wasn't working. So, that's a package of bees. So, there's a lot of bees in there, a lot of bees doing their bee thing. That's what a package of bees look like. So we'll continue on. I'm telling you, wonderful package of bees. Lovely, lovely bees. That is the syrup. That's what you need to take out. That little tab right there, that is holding the queen in her little box. And that's what we're doing. I think I hand the camera off to Lisa in a minute. Oh, here she comes. My cameraman is coming. Or she's getting some water, I don't know. But yeah, there's my bee tool there. I highly suggest having some type of tool to be able to pull the bees out. So right there, I specifically have a pliers. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up from the top. This one's going to be a little tricky for me this time, but I'm going to pull it up to the top. And it's a little stuck here. You try to pull this out in just one nice, neat, quick shot, of course. I didn't do that. You know, working on trying to get one nice quick shot doesn't work like that. It's sticking right there. I have no idea why it's jumping in and sticking like that, but that's what it's doing. And instead of showing me get it unstuck, Lisa's recording the bees, which is fine. So now I'm just rocking it out carefully. There we go. I popped it out. Now I need to be extra careful with that because I don't want to squish any of the bees, because I'm trying not to squish any of the bees. Now I'm looking for the queen. I know where she's at, but I want to like see how jam-packed she is, if she's got a lot of people hanging around her. The other thing I do want to do is, I've done this many times, I don't want to drop that into... I do not want to drop that into the hive, because I'm very good at dropping that into the hive. And so I don't want that to be dropped into the hive. So... So, there we go. Coming along pretty nicely. What I did there is the side of the cage had some staples on it, of course. Found the staple to prick my hand with because, you know, why wouldn't I? Got some bees there to help. Trying to help me out. So... And so what's going on is I don't want that thing there. So you're going to see it. I'm going to pull it out in just a minute. I don't want that to fall into the hive. So I'm trying to, I should have actually pre-did this before I pulled the bees out, but no big deal. Also, I just want to make it clear. I don't advise anybody dealing with bees the way I do bees, but as you see, you know, I'm hanging out with bees, and, you know, I don't have gloves on. I'm not wearing a bee suit. I'm just, you know, chilling. I do suggest wearing glasses is the one thing, and probably, like, if you have long hair like I do, keep your hair up. So, the queen is inside that. So what's going on there is they smell the queen. They all want to get around her. They want her to be all hunky-dory and cool. So they're trying to, you know, be as close to her like she just swarmed. So what I'm doing with these is I'm going to carefully put these guys in. This is called the slow method of installing bees. So some people shake them in. I like to slowly install them in this way. This seems to do very good for me all the years that I've installed bees this way. So next thing I'm going to do is what's up, Mock? So the next thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take the queen and I'm going to shake those extra bees in there because I want to actually get there and get a good look at the queen. First off, I want to see what color she is. I don't know anything about this queen. So inside that box is the queen. So I think I bring it over here to Lisa so we can all see the queen. So I'm going to pause it right there. Okay. So this bee right here in the middle with this longer abdomen and this kind of orange color, that is our queen. So she's kind of more of like a blonde color. We have more of like a blonde queen. So sometimes you have a black one, sometimes they're more of a brown. This one just happens to be blonde. So probably more in the Carney family. But you can see, so she's got some friends in there that are help feeding her, making sure that she's safe, all that kind of stuff. And so the next plan, my plan of action was to see if I could pull out the cork, which I know I cannot because the way that they put the sugar in this little bee house, it was not possible to pull the cork out. So what I'm going to be doing next is I'm just going to take off that little cage I'm going to take off that little wiring on the outside. I'm going to carefully lift up the screws. And then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to stick it in there and I'm going to let her crawl out. So at least that was the plan. I have done many things in the past. I have opened it up and she's flown away and then she's came back. I have done I've had lots of silly things that's happened. Knock on wood. I have never crushed the queen. I hope I never do. Or anything of silly like that. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to see if I can get her to leave the little house. Because it would make it very useful if I could. Cool. So I opted that I'm just going to open the little door and I'm going to let her crawl out and I'm going to slide this in next to them. So this particular hive went a particular way. When we do the next hive, which I'll be doing in just a few minutes, you'll watch me install the bees in the next hive. I'm going to do things a little bit different. I always try to shake things up just a little bit. So I was really nervous about how much sugar there was in this hive. Like there's a lot of sugar, not in this hive, but in this little box. To the left of the box, there's a whole lot of sugar in there. Now, I'm very nervous that I don't want her to get caught in there because I've seen it happen before where they've had a tough time getting out of their box. I at one time accidentally left bees in there. I left a queen in the box for like a week. Now, she was fine. There was enough sugar in there for her to eat out, but it was just not, yeah, it was just one of the stupid things I did. Done some stupid things when I've raised bees before. Every time I install bees, it's a little different. It's a pretty exciting, interesting technique. So I really want, what I've decided in this beehive is I really want her to leave. I want her to crawl down into the hive. So unfortunately, she's not listening to me. So, and she didn't want to crawl. She didn't want to leave her little box. If Lisa like pushed down just a little bit, she would have been able to see it, but it's fine. Most people don't really like hanging out with bees like this, so. Okay, wait, there's the queen. She's right there. Okay, she went down into the box. I don't know if you guys saw her. She was right here. She went down into the box. Yeah, that was cool. I didn't realize that she had done that. Okay. So I mean, that was cool. I didn't realize, even when I watched this the other time, I didn't realize that she had went down into the box, 'cause I thought I was waiting this whole time for her, and she actually did leave and go down, which was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. Didn't realize that that's what was ended up happening. Very, very cool. Okay. Yes, he's not there. I still like to leave this box in there just in case. Yes, Jake.
From like real flowers.
Yes, Jake. It's from real flowers and real bees. Yes, Jake. I'm doing a class talking about installing my bees. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I am just wedging this in because I thought, you know what, just in case, to keep the smell and everything good in the hive, I like to do that. If you guys saw, there's I didn't get stung this entire time, so even though I had some bees crawling around on me, they're really chill. So what that is, that's a queen excluder. The rest of the bees, except for drones and queens, they cannot get through that, but regular bees can. Your typical worker bee and stuff like that. So that is the hive that I currently have the camera in. So the camera's on Lisa's channel. I'm working on making that actually more functionable. Right now, it's okay. So I'm gonna put the extra syrup right on top, just so if you want to, folks that may like the bees that may want to get some extra syrup and just suck out the rest of the syrup, just in case they're kind of lazy and they don't want to leave the hive for a bit. So that top hive I'm gonna actually fill with wood chips in the very near future to help keep them a little warmer and a little drier, and it kind of works as like an insulation. And again, I realize that Lisa does not watch videos with people streaming. Even though she's got a gimbal, it's still pretty crazy. The cameraman needs work. So now we're going to go over to the other set of bees. This was the blue bees. Where's the other set of bees? Okay, well, at least must have turned off the camera, so I don't have the other set of bees, unfortunately. Anyways, you know what? I can bring up another video. Let's, just give me a second, guys. I can find a video. I know I have, so I can show you, I think I can show you the video of me installing the bees last year. Okay, did I do it live or did I do it as a video? I don't remember, guys. Okay, here we go. This was 4 years ago. Okay. Now you guys can see the video. Helps if I, you know, switch it over so you guys can see what I wanted you to see. So I'm not even gonna play the noise. But this is gonna be installing the bees a couple years ago. There's a really cool camera head set up here. So you can see pretty much I'm actually doing it in the same hive with the let's see what I do here. Let's see what mess up I have here. But that was a nice bee package. This was a good set of bees. I really liked this bees. I had some complications with its location, but I liked these bees. That's another package that you might get. Some people get plastic packages. That's called a bee bus. The nice thing about the bee bus is it opens in multiple different ways. So I'm going to show you on the screen, like it opens right here. So bee buses are nice. Just not a lot of people do bee buses that much. Oh, that's when I was promoting my DLive channel. This is before I did the upside down tactic. This is when I was just doing a 1-box installation. I've since I do a double box installation now. So what I do is I'll put another box on top of that and I'll install them down so that the bees, so when I put them upside down, the bees can go down. So see on the left, like looks like there's 2 boxes. That's kind of how I have it set up. Yeah, so some type of needle nose pliers or a Leatherman or whatever those are called. Bee tool, both useful tools. Yeah, let's see how I did here today. Installing these bees. Oh, hey, I did good at labeling this. I did good with this video. Good me. I don't even know what program I used to edit this. Because I'm actually decenter editor than I think I am. But yeah, anyways. So what's going on here is, again, that's where you need to remove the syrup box. The syrup becomes kind of the lid, but it's also during transit. The syrup is there to hold the bees, to keep them so they have enough food to be happy and healthy through their little adventure. Okay, so let's see. You guys saw the first video where I had a tough time pulling it out. Yeah, see? That's how they're supposed to come out. Nice and easy, just like that. I will say, I probably shouldn't have been doing bees right that day that I was doing this, because I was a little bit more jumpy this day. You can see definitely how slower I've... Some days I can feel the extra energy of the bees, and other days I'm not. So all the bees are grouping around that. That's a nice cluster. This is why it's nice to have a second person, because if you saw in the video when I installed the bees, because I was able to hand that off to Lisa. But that's a nice cluster of bees. The queen's in there. What am I doing in this one? What did I think I set the cluster down, which I should have shaken the cluster out for. Let's see if I shake. So what I should do is I should shake the cluster out inside the hive and then put it down. Let's see if that's what I do. So that's the smart move. Nope. I just set the cluster down out back. Nope. Didn't do the smart move. I guess in 4 years I've learned a lot. And there you can see I'm a little nervous, which is something that you don't want to do when you're around bees. If you feel extra nervous, you should definitely put on your veil or your gloves. See, I'm a little jumpy, where I was in the other one I was working very smooth. If you start to notice yourself jumpy, settle down. Things that I suggest if you're just naturally a fast movie jumpy person, and you can do what you need to do, and it's just you're doing this for yourself and such. 2 things that work is taking a shot of whiskey slows you stuff down, or taking a shot of anything, but moonshine whiskey slows you down a little bit, makes you work slower. Or some of my friends that get stoned and such, or Lisa has mentioned that works out really good too, because it keeps you slow. You just want something that's going to slow you down. So this is when I just would install the bees, and I would leave the queen in there for like a day or so, and then I'd open her up and that kind of stuff. I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that probably after this year. I think I stopped doing that tactic. So yeah, through all the years that I've been raising bees, I switch up things a little bit so I figure out which is the easiest for me and the best for the bees. That's kind of how I look at it. So we're looking at the easiest for me and the best for the bees. So sometimes the easiest for me isn't the best for the bees, so then I have to figure out what's the next best tactic to go to. The idea is to be the easiest for the bees. So see, so it's interesting because I did a double box there, and the problem with doing that double box is now the bees have to go up to get to that extra frame, where I've learned that if it's easier for the bees to go down through, since there's that hole in that thing, it's easier for the bees to go down into that thing. Dale, what's up over there on Valero? So it's easier for the bees to go down. So that's why when you saw me in the first video that I did, I installed the bees down. So yeah, should have straightened that a little bit better. Did kind of a shitty job, and I'm still using the tin roof rookie numbers that I'm doing off there. And I don't have. I mean, it's a good looking hive, but I have the entrance open too much. So let me explain to you. Let me tell you a couple things. So right here, see this down here? You guys can't really see it. Let me move it up just a little bit. So you see this entrance right here? Way too open. You need to put some stuff in to restrict that. That is, you do not want to keep it open that much. Absolutely not your first couple days of bees. Maybe after a week or so you can open that up, but that's just that was rookie mistake after, been raising bees for, I think this year's 10 years. So this was 4 years ago, so it was 6 years. So still rookie number. So, even seasoned at that time, still doing things. We all do silly things. And it's funny, I might look back on other videos that I do in the future and be like, yeah, why the hell did I do that? That was dumb. So every year I try something different. I don't know what I'm explaining to you here. I don't know why I'm still explaining to you things. Oh, telling you to go to my channel, which isn't even that doesn't even take you to my channel anymore. It's X Factor Firefly Mavis. That's just telling everybody all the cool things that we talk about. Because I talk about lots of cool things. So if you don't follow me, see there you go. You should, because I talk about lots of cool things. Because I'm an interesting person. That's not my... It's so funny. In 4 years, I've literally changed just about everything but my screen name. Because, I don't... Mavis Institute, XYZ, way too hard. MavisPharmacy.com. Simplify everything down. Pharmacy with an F. It's all about simplifying things, friends. All about simplifying things, making things easier for you and everybody else to find. So I still call it Mavis TV, so that's good. So, yep, that is, there we go. That's installing some bees. So, chilling for bees. Yeah, I do. I show for bees all the time. So, that's, in a nutshell, pretty much what we wanted to talk about. Let's go back to, that's not what I want. This is the one I want. Let's go back to this one. So, yeah. Installing bees. Guys, what all the cool kids do. You should get bees. If you don't have bees, you should absolutely think about getting bees. because bees are awesome. We're going to be doing, I don't know what day the... Thank you. Absolutely. So, yeah, so I don't know what day of the week it is. We're probably going to do, Friday. Probably not Fridays. So either Saturdays or Sundays, weather dependent, we are going to be doing bee inspections. So I'm going to set it up. We're going to go and we'll do a bee inspection so that we'll do a live bee inspection so you guys can hang out. You guys can ask questions. You guys can jump in. You guys can see like what's going on. I can kind of explain to you. And we can talk about, we can get in there and we can talk about why certain things are happening the way they're happening. So I know that some of you that's never raised bees might have some really intense questions, and some of you might want to know some stuff. And sometimes I think it's a lot easier to do that when I'm holding a hive. I mean, I really wish, what I really wish is, some of you that want to learn about bees, if you come here to my place and I can put some clothes on you and we can get in there and we can just take apart a hive and I can just show you how hives function and everything inside the hive. Because one of my favorite things to do is to take apart a hive while I'm standing there with somebody. So like if you see, you feel, because the one thing I really think is interesting about honeybees is you can feel the honey. You can feel the attitude of the hive. So I actually can smell things. Like I can tell you when they start getting irritable. I think that it smells like an Asian nail salon when bees start getting really, really irritable. That's what it smells like to me. I just get this really like strong like nail polish smell. Like it's not even a nail polish smell. It's just like a nail. It's like an acrylic nail. I don't know. It's really sharp. It hits me fast. And when I start smelling that, I know that I probably only have about 45 seconds before the girls get really, really irritable and start stinging. So a couple years ago, I had some bees. What was really cool about the bees is I had some bees that had I think it was the Russian bees, is that you could almost on a timer, a second you cracked open the hive, you had like 45 minutes. And if you got in there, you could get everything done in 45 minutes. Everything was good. If you waited a little bit longer than 45 minutes, you were probably gonna get stung. And it was really cool. I enjoyed those bees as well. That was another fun hive. And raising those bees was also really, really cool. But yeah, each set of bees I've had has done some interesting, different things as I've raised those. So we're gonna end with an ad as well. Guys, have you tried 1775 coffee? Guys, their starter kits are out. Get this bold dark roast. It hits hard. Their smooth medium roast. Their mushroom coffee, which is my absolute favorite. I can talk all about the mushroom coffee forever. Clean energy, laser focus, absolutely no crash. Guys, all sing Origin small batch, toxin free. Plus, right now, get a gold spoon clip because you know what? Freedom isn't scooped with plastic. They got this frother. It's just strong enough to stir up your coffee and all the people's opinions around you because, you know, morning time's the time to sip some coffee. Get some opinions out there. A black 1775 tumbler, guys. That's $170 worth of gear. Coffee, $99. I know some of you guys out there have been wondering, is this 1775 coffee, guys? Is it ain't good? Let me tell you, it's absolutely worth it. Some of my favorite coffee. So, guys, go to 1775coffee/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bowl beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine. That stands for something, guys, just like Rumble does. Commercial over. Anyways, thanks, guys, for hanging out. Everything else today, like I said, we're gonna be working on the bees. We're gonna be doing some other stuff. I know Monday nights and Sunday nights and all the nights are usually me playing games. I know, I just kind of slacked a little bit. I didn't end up doing my garden show like I wanted to earlier in the week, so I thought we would replace that with bees instead. So hope you guys a wonderful, beautiful rest of the day. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tuesday. I don't really have anything fun planned for Tuesday. We will probably play video games tomorrow night. Me and my sister have been jumping around playing a bunch of different games. We're looking at a few games that we might play. If she doesn't, I'll probably play. I don't know. I'll probably play Retro Rewind. We'll do some 90s music. Jam that out. Wednesdays, we'll be doing Let's Feed the Chickens. And Wednesday night, we'll do another garden show. Thursdays is going to be really up in the air. I have to go to the doctor. I have to stick some thing down my throat and look at my stomach and figure out why my stomach has just not been bueno. Hopefully they can tell me why my stomach's been so sour. Oh, by the way, guys, I hate going to the doctor. You guys know that I hate going to the doctor, but at some particular point, you got to figure out something. It's just annoying. So that Friday, what is Friday? I don't know what Friday is. Saturday, we're doing the Campfire Council. So about 9:30 Eastern time on all your favorite streaming sites. We'll be doing the Campfire Council. Campfire Council is we're gonna hit the hard questions. What is this week's question? This week's question for the Campfire Council, the inaugural Campfire Council, by the way. This week's question is: can you still live a simple life in a digital world? And so we're all gonna get some opinions on: is that possible? Can you do it? Can you keep one hand in the digital realm and one hand in the analog IRL realm? Spoiler, I think you can. Well, maybe not everybody on the council agrees, so we will see that on Saturday. So Saturday, 9:30 on all of your favorite streaming sites. And if you are interested in being part of that the Campfire Council and talking about that kind of stuff, hit up my Discord. The link should be below. If not, send me a message. X Factor Firefly, DM me anywhere that you use your favorite DMs. X Factor Firefly. Anyways, friends, Romans, countrymen, hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful day. And I'll see some of you tomorrow because I do my out the window weather every morning. Anyways, see you guys later. It's Doc. Adios. That'll work.